Okay, my Young and the Restless fan, we have to talk about what happened in today's episode. Tucker is being manipulative and playing two in the middle. Diane threatens the evil trifecta, and Devon faces an angry Chance. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. This is your Young and the Restless recap for November 15th. And without any further ado, let's talk about what happened in today's episode. So we start off over at the Chancellor Mansion, where Abby is begging and pleading with Chance to stay, but he says he's already faced it. They're not working. She's sobbing. He tells her it was inevitable. They've repressed feelings for one another, and Abby denies it. There was no forethought. He laid out the evidence. Why can't she accept it? She tells him he's not seeing things clearly, but Chance believes otherwise. He saw issues since his return from Spain. Now, he believes he's just as much to blame as she is. And then maybe she got tired of vying for his love and affection. And Abby gets down on her knees and holds his hand. And this is what she has to say.
My expectations. I promise I will stop being so judgmental about your job. Put aside my idealistic fantasy about having this perfect marriage we can work on.
I can't. Because the truth is we're not working anymore.
And yeah, she's blaming herself. He's not trying to make her feel guilty, but have her to face reality. And he also went on to say that she wants something different from him, and he cannot be the man that she desires, though he tried. He lets go of her hand. He wants a clean break. What about Dominic? He is one of the fathers and want to be a part of his life. Now, Abby can't believe he is showing no feelings and just being rational about this. Well, that's the difference. Now, he's trying to be as understanding as possible, but he can't comfort her. And she's sorry, and he takes off. As for Abby's cheating co-conspirator over at his penthouse, Devon is pacing. He's looking at Amanda's photo. He is really missing her. He texts her, asking her not to leave. Now let's head over to Tucker's, because Audra goes to see him in his room over at the Grand Phoenix. Now he's excited as she tells him Jill is still on board with this IPO. Okay. Well, Nate could have still had the upper hand, but she doesn't have a lot of optimism and has no information on Jabot's financials. Now, Tucker comments that she's had plenty of time. What's going on? And, she kind of clear her throat. She don't know what he means. Now, he asked if all of this is about Noah. Is her ex becoming an issue? She denies it, and he doesn't like problems or that his plan has stalled. Now, she blames him for getting in his own way. His motives, however, are personal, and he likes ambitious and find it sexy. But so does she. They now are sitting beside each other, and she asks, what is the issue? Well, he wants to reconnect with the love of his life and his son. Now, Audra doesn't see a problem with that. Now, he caresses her coat and sniffs it until she grabs it and gets up. His scheme relies on actions that she never believed he could pull off. Devon and Ashley would actually have to turn against their own families to work with him. And he's disappointed in her lack of faith. Now, she obviously doesn't know him well, according to Tucker. So let's head over to the Abbott mansion. Diane arrives, and this happened.
I see you have your pack of hyenas lying in wait for me. So much for a fair fight.
I couldn't help but laugh because she described those three perfectly. Anywho, Diane comes in. They want to discuss Jeremy Stark. Now, Nikki says they know all about Jeremy, the money laundering, and that He is due to be released from prison. Now, Ashley says she bets that he's wondering what happened to his accomplice, Diane Jenkins. Now, they went on a few dates. She didn't move money illegally from around the world, and she assumes Tucker told them all these lies and how gullible they are. Now, Ashley tells her she keeps making the same mistakes. Diane keeps up the act. Now, she doesn't scare easily, according to her, and calls their latest attempt pathetic. They're done. Phyllis stops her and was like, "What makes you think that we don't have any proof?" Now, Diane knows they have nothing. If they did, they would use it. What makes you think we're not using it, according to Phyllis? Now, she was like, because if you had it, then you would have took it straight to the feds. However, they would laugh you out of their office and call you gossiping busybodies. Now, she also brought up the statute of limitation on these supposed crimes have gone. Now, Ashley finds it really interesting that she knows about that. And Phyllis says, Jeremy has been in prison for about 6 years. That's a long time. He has had time to wonder why aka Taylor Jensen is a free bird. Maybe he thinks you ratted them out. Now, Ashley thinks he's dwelling on her betrayal. Nikki asks as if do you really want to stay in Genoa City? It'll be a shame if someone was to reach out to him and tell him exactly where you are. This is where Diane gets pissed, especially when they start to talk about Kyle. Diane says leave her son out of it. Well, Phyllis has something else to say, and so does Diane.
He is the reason that I can put up with all of your attacks. His support means more to me than any of these allegations come up with.
Okay, because you love your son does not make you a saint.
Oh, well, you should know.
That was a good one, Diane. However, Diane says that she's better than the three of them when it comes to playing dirty. She yells back. She says she'll turn the table on them so fast that their head will spin, and she rushes out. Now, Phyllis thinks it's boring pretending to be a do-gooder. Yeah, you would know that too, because you're not one. Anywho, Ash says that, it's something that she'll never have to worry about. See, she agrees with me. Now, Phyllis laughs, true, and Nikki says they need to ensure that even though Diane is bluffing, they don't fall into one of Tucker's traps. And the women look at Ashley with a side eye on that one. So, over at Chancellor Winters, Lily calls Amanda and leaves a message about the recording studio they were planning on buying. She gets an email from Amanda and says she must have gotten it by now. Now, she disconnects and is shocked to read Amanda's letter of resignation. Now, she thanks Lily for everything, including her flexibility, but she needs to stay in Virginia, and she'll work remotely until Lily finds somebody new. She has a list of possible replacements, and she says that she was truly happy working for her. Lily is shocked, and she calls Devon to ask, what the hell happened? So now Devon arrives over at the office to discuss Amanda. He knew about it, but didn't think that she'll move so fast. Now, Devon doesn't know if Amani is quitting too, but Lily says the timing is absolutely terrible. And she apologized and asked if her brother's okay. He claims he's fine and tried to convince her to stay. They're working through things. Lily asks, is there another issue? However, Devon pulls a Ridge Forrester and doesn't tell her anything, but says, if anything, he might have to wrap his head around them parting ways. Okay, Devon. Lily can see that something is wrong, but she tells him that she'll listen when he's absolutely ready. Now, back over in Tucker's suite, he leaves this message for Ashley to ask if she's used the information he gave her when Diane arrived. He's laughing to himself that he got his answer when she tells him to not bother hiding in that bathroom. He gets and opens the door. She yells at him, knowing that he's been feeding information to Ashley, Nikki, and Phyllis about Jeremy Stark. Is he really that vindictive and cruel? He clearly is bored of her and says that he just reported the facts. So he sits down, put his feet up, and he was only concerned about making Ashley happy. Now, Diane is ranting about Ashley wanting Jeremy to think that she turned him in. Tucker laughs and says to go off the grid. She refuses and then she leaves his suite. He calls Ashley to warn her that Diane is on the warpath. So over at Chancellor Park, Devon is sitting there thinking of having sex with Abby when Chan strolls up. Now, Devon is sure he don't want to hear anything he has to say, but that sounds insulting. Now, he does tell him that this wasn't planned and nothing like it ever happened or will happen again. Chan disagrees that it's just a moment in time. Now, he says it started back before he got back from Spain, but betrayal and infidelity don't happen. And now they have to live with that choice. Now, Devon says he's right. He knows that he doesn't deserve his forgiveness, but he hopes that they can live with it without affecting Dom's life. Now, Chance don't want to even talk about that. Don't bring that up. Chance can't discuss that now. Devon said he's sorry, but he hopes that he can forgive Abby and move forward. Chan says, look, whatever we decide is none of your damn business. So back over at the Abbott estate, Phyllis moves her hands over Ashley's frame and says, do whatever it takes to get Tucker to notice her. And Ash was like, that's not nice. Phyllis like, well, I'm not nice. And then back at home, Abby texts her mom to come talk to her while Chan sits lonely and alone at society drinking beer and drinking down his sorrows. Okay, so there you have it, your Young and the Restless recap for Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. Stay tuned for the bold and the beautiful recap also for today. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.